I think one of the things that beginners to losing weight really mess up is they overcomplicate weight loss. And I was in that boat too. I think a lot of it comes down to we have to make it simple. And I think the struggle there is if it's simple, then it won't work. And that's not the case. I've learned a lot over the last 6 months of trying to lose 100 pounds. And a lot of it comes down to portions. Really, I mean, that's what it is. We have to make sure that we're eating less than what we burn, and then our body will do what it needs to do to help us lose the weight and lose the fat. But I think that's the truth of it is weight loss is simple. It's just not easy. Like, it takes time to build up consistency and build up the ability to be okay with what's going on and make sure that you're just hitting the numbers. That's all this comes down to in the end, is hitting the numbers. Make sure that you are eating less than what you burn, and you will lose weight. Now, there are other things that come into play there, and I think this is where weight loss gets a little overcomplicated because people either don't know about these things or they put too much emphasis on these things. And it's water weight. Water weight goes up and down. If you take in a lot of carbs, your water is going to go up. If you eat less carbs, your water is going to go down. That's just how our body keeps its flexibility going forward. And that's how our body does what it needs to do. But I think at the end of it, even with that stuff in play, if you eat less than your calories for the day, so if you have a 2,500 calorie limit like I do, and if I eat less than that 7 days a week, I am guaranteed to lose 1 pound of fat or weight outside of the water. Now, the water is going to fluctuate, so I have to be aware of that. But if I'm hitting my numbers, things will happen. And if I do that for 4 weeks in a row, I should technically lose 4 pounds in a month. Now, we know that water weight comes into play, so if I weigh Friday and my weight goes up or down, some of that's probably there as long as I'm hitting my numbers. But if I step away from calculating how much I'm eating and I don't know that piece and I overeat multiple days in a row, or I eat more than my calorie burn, I'm going to gain weight. And I think that's where a lot of this comes down to, is people think that if it's simple, it doesn't work, and they have to make it complicated. They have to work really hard. And I think at the end of the day, we just have to take a step back and say, okay, what are the numbers? What do I need to hit? And stick with that.